Hey, I thought you was gonna come by here. I want to talk to you about life and what could possibly be your life. You might not know me, but I probably your great grandmother or your great great grandmother. I don't even know if you know my name, but I know my great and great 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 grandbaby, though I might not be living here, is gonna be living in this earth right here. And I was thinking about that last night. My one day, this lady named Agnes Willoughby met this. I know her name was Agnes. What was her last name? Mask. And she met this dude named Henry J. Willoughby, and he was a slave. And I don't know what she was, but they met, and they hit it off. And at some point, they had children. I ain't gonna say that that relationship is what brought my daddy on, because things were said and it was known to me that my grandpa was not my grandpa, but that was the only grandpa I had. Now, that child name was Stanley. He went to school and he went to Booker T. Washington, and he met a girl named Gloria DeMars. And there's a story about her mom and daddy, that they met. And that grandpa, his name was Wilson, he was in World War II, he was a captain. So, and grandma she was raising all her seven brothers because her mama died when she was like 13. So that was your great great grandma. Well, whoever I'm talking to, if my grandkids, that was your great great grandma. No, that was your great 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 grandma. Either way it go, her blood is in you. Some of her ways in you. You know, it's one of your ancestors. And they met. They had a daughter, Gloria Willoughby. I mean Gloria, and she met Stanley. And not long after that, I came along, Evelyn. This is like linealogy. This is your linealogy. So I went somewhere where I ain't had no business, and I met somebody. He shall remain nameless. And I had your mama or your grandma, Alana probably. I don't know, cause I just feel like she gonna be the first one to have a child. But it could have been Alana. It could have been Amon. It could have been Amore, Amar, Ariel. I feel like it'd probably be in that order. I don't know. Who knows? It's so exciting to think about it. It's exciting. Anyhow, you, great, 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 you gonna meet a dude, and y'all gonna hit it off, and y'all gonna have a child. What I want to tell you is life is not what it seems to be like on TV. I don't know what kind of books you read. I read lots of fairy tales. I read lots of Edgar Allan Poe, and I read the Bible as a child. So, if what you read is in your mind, what kind of world is that? But what I'm saying about that is life ain't gonna be all what you think it's gonna be when you that young and inexperienced, when you super young. And things gonna happen to you. Things that you would never expect. Prayerfully it's not many things, but Some things gonna happen. And like I'm gonna tell you why I'm talking about this while I'm talking about my grandpa and not my mama grandpa, my daddy grandpa. I mean my daddy's daddy, which wasn't his daddy. Um he was putting his hands in places or on places and in places on me that no grandpa should put his hands. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it went on for a long time, but I was so young, I didn't know that it wasn't supposed to be going on. I thought, so all I knew about is my grandpa. That was my grandpa. That was my favorite grandpa. I loved him. He loved me. It didn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? It didn't feel good. I didn't know it wasn't supposed to be going on. And there was another person that I thought was his nephew. And I only thought it was his nephew because he did the same type of things that Grandpa did. Come to find out, that dude, yeah, he was a friend. He was the son of my grandma's best friend, grandma's church friend. He was her son. But he did more things like, yeah. Um, yeah. I don't know what they gonna be censoring when it comes time for you to be watching stuff like this. So I'm gonna say sexual acts that wasn't invited and that will be ill advised. It was ill custom. It's customary for some people. If you read your Bible, that kind of stuff is all up and through there. It's called like stuff like incest is wrong. Go see what that mean if you don't know what it means. But trying to have sex with somebody or having sex with somebody if they don't want you to is wrong. If they say no, or whether they don't say no, but they don't want you to, don't do it because it's wrong. But that happened to me from my grandpa, and then I know his name. I don't know the laws about saying people's name. You know what I'm saying? I feel like anyway, the dude's name was Joe Wheeler. Cause what I'm tripping on? Cause what? You violated me, nigga. Violation then. Um. So what I said, I'm saying all that to one describe to you that nobody in your family, nobody should be touching you any kind of way if you don't want them to be touching you like that. You might get a spanking or some, I think that's even wrong because I got in trouble for spanking my son. So I feel like nobody should be spanking nobody. Then if you could go to jail for it, then I feel like you just shouldn't be doing it. But anyway, I said that to say that nobody should be touching you. And two, if somebody did me, and I'm telling you that it's wrong. I didn't know it was wrong, but stuff was happening to me because of it in my mind. And because it was a hurtful experience and a confusing experience, I just thought it was my fault. I just thought it was one, I didn't know that it was wrong at first. I didn't find out it was wrong till years later. And then I blamed myself, not like I shouldn't have been in the house that day or on the couch. I thought like, what about me would attract something like that? So it was self-blame. And all that it caused my brain to think differently and for me to process thoughts differently and for me to just be different than what I was already growing into. I started to grow differently, think differently, not think, you know, in situations and just freeze and let stuff happen. hopefully this don't happen to you. Hopefully this don't happen to nobody that you know. But I don't know how many people are living that don't know nobody that's been sexually assaulted, sexually abused, sexually misused. I don't know many people that don't know, because all the people that I know me. So I don't know many people that don't know somebody that have, that's been through that. But like I say, stuff changes. And when something like that happens, and that's not the only thing that can happen and that could cause you to think differently, but if something like, I'm talking about that because that was my experience. I've had other experiences. I'm just telling you about actually two, because it was like in the nature. But when stuff happens, something happens, and it causes you to, whenever you talk about it or think about it, it hurts somewhere. You have a wound, and it that wound causes you to, like, think badly about the world, think badly about yourself, be hostile towards people, just think the whole world is bad, turn on the whole, be like all men are this way. Then you have a trauma wound, and certain things about you are going to be disordered. There's not going to be in a order that is going to like benefit you soon. It's gonna make it more difficult and more challenging for you to navigate lots of things, because it's gonna affect how you see everything. So at that point, what I want to say, I said all of that to say, if that happens, something like that, prayerfully it won't. But if anything happens that make you think differently about the world, or think badly about yourself, or be hostile, things like that, then first I want you to look up the term CPTSD. You can look up complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Look it up and learn. You don't need a doctor to tell you, just like you wouldn't need a doctor to tell you if you was pregnant because there's something growing and moving in your belly. You don't need a doctor to tell you everything. You don't need a doctor to tell you you're constipated. You don't need a doctor to tell you you're sleepy. You don't need a doctor to tell you you're hungry. None of that. So I'm not saying don't go see them, but they not the point. I'm saying if something happens and it changes you in an less than desirable way, something is afoot, something going on, and check on yourself. When something happens, get help. Seek help. And yeah, people, you might not want people to know for whatever reason, because I didn't tell my mama that thing happened to me till I had my last child, which is Amar. I don't know if that's your great uncle or your great great uncle or your daddy or your grandpa. I don't know, but Amar, my child, was my last little tiny baby. When I had told my mama, we was painting our toenails, and I just said, what I said was, I said families be keeping stuff on the low, not telling them about if they got an uncle that touches little girls, or an auntie that touches little boys, or a grandpa that do. But I'm gonna tell mine because my grandpa did it to me, and so did one of their friends, and I end up, anyway, I went to a place. I told her that. I was just saying that while I was painting my toenails. And then when I looked up at her, she was looking at me like, with a horrified face. I can't even imitate the horror that was on her face. I didn't even realize, I didn't even think about the fact that I never told my mama. But I do know that when I was coming out and was about to tell somebody, I told my daddy. He didn't believe me. he went and asked his daddy, which I don't even know if he know that that wasn't his real daddy. We didn't find that out. I didn't find that out until after they died. These type of secrets might be in your family, you know, especially since you got the great 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 granddaddy that you got, because I was in a place I wasn't supposed to be in and I ended up messing with somebody I shouldn't have messed with. And now you got a great 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 whatever. So this is secrets of your family. But yeah, he asked grandpa, my daddy asked grandpa about it, and of course grandpa denied. And my daddy came back and told me that I don't believe you because my dad said he didn't do it. And I told my dad, I was like, you wouldn't be cool. I said grandpa wouldn't be cool if he said that he did do it. It just wouldn't be cool. That's not the thing to do. But I said, okay, and then I walked away knowing that I wasn't believed, and that was it. But I knew what had happened because I was there. Tried to protect my little sister from it and everything, and she didn't understand why, so she used to get mad. So, anyway, all of that to say, and I hope you're keeping up. Rewind the tape if you need to, because the point is, things happen, trauma happens. Something will happen to you. And when something happens to you and you find out that you've been changed, a change has come over me. He changed. He washed me white as snow. Oh, he changed my whole life complete. And now I sit at his feet. Okay, I went to a place. Believe in God, whatever. I don't know what they calling it now in your world. Great, 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 whatever you want to be. Believe in something. Believe in it, because it will help you. I don't know if they still calling it Jesus and God. I don't know, because I've heard that it's been called other things, whatever. But faith in something outside of you, bigger than you better keep it. Anyway, things happen to cause undesirable changes in you. Seek help. And people might not, I don't know what they're going to be thinking about or how they're going to be seeing it, looking at it when you come along. But right about now, they don't be on the therapy stuff. I'm all about the therapy. See, when I say seek help, I mean go find therapy. And somewhere it is affordable for you. If it have to be free, somewhere it's going to be free for you. Somewhere. Ask somebody that knows somebody. We don't always know. We can look in the phone book, which you probably not going to have that. I don't know what you're going to have. Some type of George Jetson, whatever. We darn near got to like George Jetson. So some futuristic stuff, you're going to have action that calling numbers that know who can help you, what can help you, what you need. But you're going to have to talk to somebody. You need to talk to somebody. You're going to have to talk to somebody. You're going to have to talk to somebody. If you keep it in, it's going to eat at you. And your organs going to weep and leak and cause you to be sick on the inside. So you're going to be sick and hurting on the inside instead of just hurting on the inside. It's going to swell up. Don't let it bust. Don't let it burst. Let it out. Express it. You need to express it. You're going to go crazy if you don't. That's telling you the truth. You're going to go crazy. Seek help and participate and open up. You don't have to just blab everything out at one time. But if you feel, get you somebody that's comfortable. If the first person that you come along is not right for you, keep going. You're going to find somebody that you vibe with. And tell it, because they got problems. I'm not saying people perfect, ain't nobody perfect, but they have been trained how to walk you through your situation so you can see the light. Guarantee you $1.25, they got somebody they going to see so they can see, they can walk and let them see the light. It's probably in a different area than yours. You understand? Don't think about that. That ain't your business. Just know that they've been trained. Let the Holy Ghost lead you. Let the Spirit lead you on who you should talk to. You know what I'm saying? But you need to get it out. And like me, I have three people that's like outside of my friends and cousins and family members that I talk to, three different ones, and they all help differently, and they all have connections, and they all have resources that will help your life be fulfilled as a human, having to do human things and having to live materially in this material world. They have things that'll help you. You're gonna need some help, especially if you're a girl and you having children. You need help. Get help. I don't care if you don't even feel like you need it. I'm gonna let you know you need it, and go get it and participate. Wholly participate. Fully participate, because it's helping you. It's helping you. Anyway, there'll be other things to think about. And some of the benefits, because not just that you let it off your chest and out of your heart and out of your mind, because that kind of stuff going to infect the way you deal with people, even your own children. It's going to infect it. It's an infection. It's an infection. Believe it, to Beaver, it's an infection. But anyway, you don't want to hold that stuff in. And what are some of the benefits other besides the fact that it ain't just on your mind no more, and it ain't causing you to hurt other people, because you gonna hurt other people. Hurt people. $1.25, you gonna hurt somebody you might not know. Some that you might know, but it's leaking. So other than the fact that it's gonna reduce that, it's gonna reduce the blame that you might blame yourself for whatever happened. It's gonna reduce that. So is this channel. If you're watching, like I said, I'm your great grandma, and my name is Evelyn Willoughby, and I meta consider things that happened to you or things that happened to me in my life that made me go this route. What made me think this way? How did I end up being the type of person that, you know what I'm saying, would sit through something like this and for so long? I wondered those things. So I reverse engineered and see how I got here. And now I'm telling you, one of the things that led me here majorly, CPTSD. And watch some of my videos. Watch all the videos, because they're not going to do nothing but help you. You want to watch twerking? Go next door. You want to watch the people eating? Go next door. You want to watch booties? Go next door. If you want to know, how did I get to this place like this? What is that? The Big Comfy Couch was something we used to watch. And the little girl would be playing everywhere with all her toys. And then all of a sudden she would look around and everything was looking like a catastrophe had happened around her. And she would just be like, hey, who made this big mess? That's what it's going to be like for you. Where I was going with that, right before that, who knows? Maybe it'll come back, maybe it won't come back. But yeah, watch the videos. They only here to help you. And get back to my point, the benefits. Another benefit, a huge benefit that I see is I believe I'm complete, because you got the resources, you got the connections. You need human connection, and not just romantic. I'm not even gonna go there right now. But not just mama, grandpa, the cousins is the bomb. And I don't know if you go to church, but I'm gonna leave that alone too. But you have other people with and their different perspectives and truth, because you don't always have the truth. You don't always have the truth. Will help you think differently about your situation and yourself. It will cause you won't have no, they looking outside of you and they see stuff that you can't see because you in the frame. You don't see what's outside the frame because you in the frame. They can. And it will help you be fulfilled because you will realize, okay, because you're going to think you're broken. And your consciousness will be broken. I ain't going to lie, to a degree. But all you need is that degree. That 1 degree. If you keep going, that 1 degree turn to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees. My channel bring you back to see where it happened. You know what I'm saying? Like this song, At the Cross where I first saw the light. I'm trying to go see that light. And they help with all of that. So that's huge. That's huge enough. The resources for you to participate in this material world, because you're gonna need things, you're gonna need other people, and the connection from other people, that are here to help you, and the fact that they gonna encourage you, and you're not gonna be able to do nothing other than see yourself differently for what you are, as God sees you. Remember, I told you to believe in God, whatever they call it when you come around. I don't know, but read up on my God. It's probably gonna be a different Bible. I'm gonna stop because I don't want to start going everywhere. But yeah, watch this channel so you can consider your ways, consider how you got to a certain spot, because it's gonna come a time in your life where you never thought you would be in this situation. Maybe it won't. Maybe you'll just have a lovely, blessed, light, happy-go-lucky, fortunate life for your entire life. And I would love that for my children, for my great-grandchildren. I would love that. I haven't seen that yet. So, yeah. Watch the channels. I don't know if my podcast will still be, you will be able to find my podcast later on. Or you can, I don't know if they'll have podcasts for you at the time when you find this video, but meta considerations, that's all me. And it'll bless you. Other than that, I wish I could have seen you. Maybe I will see you. They say energy never dies. I wish I could see you. I wish I could hug you, kiss your cheeks, pinch your cheeks. I wish I could, but chances are I'm long gone. Still help you though, and that brings me life. That's bringing me life right there. The legacy of mental well-being. That's what I want to leave to you. My legacy, the legacy of mental well-being and confidence. Mental well-being, understanding, and confidence. I guess I can't have too much to do with your understanding. I can lead you to some places, so I'm just going to say mental well-being and confidence. Anyway, something told me you was going to come by. I know you was going to come by. I don't have no choice, because I'm going to have kids, and my kids going to have kids, and you was going to come. So I knew you was going to be here. I was expecting you. And I'm glad to be with you right now, even though I might not be able to just see you, or like I said, maybe I can. I don't know what happens after death, but don't be scared of death either. But yeah, I'm glad you came by. I'm gonna check you later. Late.